Okay, so sorry about that, guys. We thought it was, I think we're co-hosting with Riverside Crafts as well, so I think that's why it's coming up. And then I lost my internet connection because my husband was playing on his game and it crashed my internet connection, so I'm really sorry. So I am still here. I am going to still be doing, let me just have a sip of tea so I can talk. Oh, right. So that stressed me out. Okay, so we're getting a few people coming back. That's good. Okay, I'm really sorry, guys. Not very professional at all, but I am apologising. We're all new to this, aren't we? And sometimes things go wrong. Okay, so let's pan you down onto the bead mat. Okay, let's move it down. No, back a bit. I want you to be able to see the beads and stuff. Can you see those? No. There we go. Let's move that. Sorry, guys. Oops, not doing very well, am I? So you can see I've got my teal beads and my silver beads, and I've got my buttons here, and there's the original piece. So I'm going to take a length of 9/0. Take a length of what you can manage. Don't take more than you can manage, because otherwise you're just going to get in a pickle, and you can add new thread if you run out of it. Let's just put that through. And actually, that's very stupid, thank goodness for that. I've got another needle here you actually could do with using 2 needles, so that's good. I'm not sure if there's a... Ooh, can't see a beading needle, but this is just my ordinary, whoops, sewing needle. I'm going to move you beads because you're getting all tangled up. Uh-oh. This is not working for me today, is it? Oh my goodness. Please get untangled. Okay. Excuse me whilst I just have a moment. Untangling. Oh, bananas. That's it. Okay, so now I just need to rethread. Okay, so we're working on a piece of thin, whoops, rolled leather. I don't think it's real leather, I think it's fake leather. Oh, thank goodness Riverside Beads has come on. Hi, Donna. Sorry about the issue. Right, I'm going to use this to measure it, but you would actually measure your wrist to find out how you would want this. So I want to make sure I've just got enough leather on there to be able to do it. Okay. So I'm just going to move this one out of the way so I can put this one here. Okay, so first of all, we're going to thread on the little button. So I've just poked the leather down through the button, and I'm going to pull it down to the end of the leather there, and then just tie a knot underneath it just to secure it. Like so. And I can see on Donna's that she has actually used little bits of glue on the knot just to keep it in position. Now, when I'm doing this, I find that the leather, because it likes to curl up, runs away with itself. So what I am going to do is use some pins to just, oops, hold the leather in position so that I can actually attach my beads. And all I'm doing is putting my pin in the bead mat over my leather. And actually you want it a bit closer than that because the beads aren't massive. So pop it into the bead mat over your leather so you don't have to ruin your leather at all. So, and then you can just move it down as you work further down. Okay, so first things first, we've got like a little small space at the top. So we're going to use one of the little small beads. So I'm going to pop my leather underneath. And before I start, I'm just going to, I'm just going to take a little knot and knot it onto, oops, it's popped off, knot it underneath that knot. So that it stays there, and this is not going to move then. So now what I want to do is take my thread and put it through one side of the bead. Oops. And I didn't go under the leather, so that was a bit silly. So before you go through your bead, pass your needle up under the leather and don't get caught around your pins. Let's see if I can. Nope. No. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just gonna. Yep, you can use big eye needles. Certainly. Oops, a daisy. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna. So you can see. Okay, so put the silver bead on and then take the other side of the thread, put it underneath your leather. Okay, and then pass through to the other side of your bead. Okay, so that will position it. It's right under that little, let's see if I can show you. So you can see it's right under the button. Okay, so that was our first one, just to fill that little small space there. So let's just anchor that down. Okay, so now we're going to do alternates. So we're going to be doing silver beads and a pearl bead. So on one side we're going to do a pearl, and one side we're going to do a silver. So now I want to put my needle underneath the leather, through the silver and through the little pearl. Let's turn him around because his hole's bigger on the other side. There we go. Okay, so that's one bit. And then under the leather. And through the pearl, through the little silver bead. Excuse me for putting my hands all over it, but it's there we go. And I'll pick it up and show you again. So you can see there one bead next to the so let's put it down again. So it will take you a little while to just get to grips with using your 2 needles. If you use slightly bigger holed beads, and you can use a thicker thread if you want to, it doesn't have to be a thin thread. You can, sometimes if it's a thicker thread, you can just poke it through the holes without using a needle. So, you know, it just depends on what you're using. And you can use all sorts of beads. Square beads work really well as well, not just round beads. And you can use combinations of beads so that they fill the space properly. And you can make them as long as you want. So you can make super long wraps that, you know, you can wear it as a necklace, and then you can wear it as a multi-wrap bracelet. So yeah, it's quite a versatile one. And I do remember, you know, when we first did these, you know, everybody was wearing them, and we were wearing ones that were like super long, so that it looked as though you'd got a stack of bracelets on. So they've really come back into popularity again. I've been seeing them everywhere. It's funny how these things go round in a circle and come back into fashion. And it's also super nice because, you know, these are techniques that we already know to show you, so it's cool. Okay, so there's a few more done. So they look really pretty, the teal. It is lovely. So let me lift it up to show you. There we go. Oh, you can see that well. I think I've got a bit of too much shine, haven't I? Okay, and you just continue this until you feel like it's the length you require. And as I say, you can make it super long if you want to. You just make your leather longer, and you would use a few more beads. But you could, I mean, you could seriously do it as a 16-inch choker, and then, you know, use it as a wraparound bracelet. Oops, my bead popped. And these little silver beads are lovely. They're so light, so they're fantastic for these sorts of bracelets and earrings and, you know, your jewellery, because they're so super light. They're not heavy at all. And the pearls, well, everybody loves working with the pearls there. They just, you know, you just, when you say beads from Riverside, it's like you just, you're talking about the pearls straight away, you know. The colours we have and what have you, it's just stunning. So I really do love working with these. I don't know what my dog's doing, but she's going a bit bonkers. It's because Daddy's gone upstairs. Right, so another one added. So then do one side at a time. So, you know, work on your right hand side needle first, and then do your left so you don't get tangled up, and like I've just done. Oh, she's settling down now. It's getting quite dark. I'm going to have to take her for a walk soon. So, how are we doing? Is everybody okay? It's a bit of a miserable day today, isn't it? This should cheer you up though. This is a really lovely one to do. But these are really lovely for Christmas presents as well. Quite therapeutic doing these. And if you pin it down to your bead mat and you know, sit with a lap tray. I used to do this and sit and watch the TV or listen to the TV whilst I was beading, you know. So it's not such a bad thing to do. And I'm doing it so that I'm alternating my beads. So I'm going silver, silver, pearl, pearl, silver, silver, pearl, pearl, silver. But if you wanted to, you could do, I can't see there's any reason why you couldn't. You could do a row of silver and then a row of pearl, or you could do pearls all on one side and silver on the other. There's no reason why you couldn't do that to change the actual look of it. There we go. It's so satisfying when you get them sat in there and they're in their right places and just slots in. Okay. So I'm just trying to think what Donna's doing next Wednesday. Oh yes, I know. She's going to be showing people how to do a beaded bauble, I think. Is that right? For next Wednesday's demo. That'll be exciting. The baubles are so lovely for Christmas. Real nice Christmas gift, actually. Especially if you're not going to be sort of going around and spending time with relatives, then it's nice to give them something like that to put on the tree to sort of think of you on the day, you know. Feel like you've got someone with you. Oopsie-daisy. There we go. So we're getting a bit further down. It does take a little while, guys. It's not something that you can quickly whip up, that's for sure. It's going to take you a little while. Always takes me a little while to get back in the swing of using 2 needles, to be honest. So keep moving it back up if it's oops, moving around. There we go. Who's ordered them? Andrew, have you just ordered the bracelet? Oopsie-daisy. Oh no, the beaded baubles. Is that what you've... The beaded bauble is lovely. It's really beautiful. We did a few over the last few years, and we did some in classes. So Rachel did some in classes and I did some in classes, and there were some really beautiful ones, and I can see there would have been some really beautiful Christmas trees that year. They really were pretty ones, and then the girls would go home. I mean, at that time I didn't have any men in the class, but the girls would go back and make them all in different colours and things, and oh, they were stunning. Really, really beautiful. And in fact, I think I had a couple of baubles as gifts that year as well, which was lovely. I'm not getting very far, guys. I'm sorry, it's not speedy. I wish I was on video and then I could speed it up for you, but my hands just won't go any quicker than this, I'm sorry. Oopsie-daisy. Okay, so don't forget, when you're doing this, always go under your leather before you thread through your beads, and then that way that the thread is always going up and under, so it's wrapping around your leather each time you add a bead to your bracelet. And as I say, you don't ouch, that hurt. Not again. Injured myself again. Oh, anyone that saw my gonk project or my gnome project and saw me burn my finger, I got a burn on my finger, and it's not really as bad as I thought it was going to be, so I was really pleased. But yes, it showed you what not to do with a glue gun. Oops, a daisy. There we go. There, getting a bit further. Whoops, daisy. These Nymo threads are just perfect for this sort of thing, because you can get them in lots of different colours, and we have these in the shop in lots of different colours, and you guys will be able to come back and see us again. So next week it's going to be fabulous. You're going to be able to come back into the shop safely. Of course, we haven't changed any of the setup, so that's all as safe as it was before we locked down for the second time. But we are really looking forward to welcoming everybody back. I for sure am looking forward to being able to get back down to the shop. Can't see, let's see. Oh, Donna's looking forward to doing her beaded baubles. It is a really lovely one. It's quite a difficult one to show because it's so tiny, you know, but Donna's real good at showing everything properly. She's had the experience being on telly. And her camera works better than mine. But then again, she does sometimes have the added help of her children. Oops. Now, I made a mistake of not going under my thread under my leather, so it wouldn't have attached. Who's late in? Nobody's ever late in on these videos, don't worry. At the very end of it, we do press the save feature, so you can redo watching them, you know. Okay, so for anybody that's just come back in, we're doing a wrap bracelet with little tiny silver beads and small pearls. So let me just lift it up again for you. I've just lost my needle, that's good. So we're doing this wrap. Okay, at the top we've got what we call them Chandelou buttons, so because the bracelets used to be called Chandelou, but we just call them wrap bracelets now. And we're using a rolled leather, I don't think it's real leather, I'm not sure, I don't think it is, leather cord, small pearls, small silver beads and Nymo thread. Okay, and when you get a kit with this, obviously you'll be getting instructions and pictures. So don't worry, when you're doing this, you'll be able to see it really clearly. Now, just as I said before, just trap your cord under a pin, and you can also then just like pull it up as you need to. It just keeps it nice and flat on the mat for you, and you can then concentrate on your beads rather than trying to keep your bracelet still. So needle underneath the leather, so thread up and under, and then add your first bead and second bead. Let's put this over here. I'm going to try and do this without a needle, but I don't think it's going to work. might have to pinch my needle off. What is there? Good for that. Sorry. Oh, it is real leather, sorry. So if you are vegan, it's real leather. It did smell like real leather, but then sometimes you never can tell really, can you? I've had jackets that smell like real leather and handbags that smell like real leather, and they actually weren't, so you never can tell. Okay, so up and under, needle back through the opposite way, and the thread comes off. There we go, and just keep flattening them so that they move into the right position. That's all that happens, is they bobble up a little bit. But by the time you get to the very end, you're going to be securing this thread to the knot at the other end. Okay, so don't panic. And that therefore will pull out your bead section so that it doesn't cluster up into one place. Okay, I don't know how long you want me to go along with this, but I think, let me see, let's get this tidied up. So when you get to the end of your bracelet, you can see on here that what we did at the beginning was we used one single little silver bead. So again, at the very end, use a single bead, okay? And then all we've done is tied a knot. Now we've made sure that we've made, can you see the loop? So the loop is big enough to go over the button. So you need it to be big enough to go over the button. Okay, you can make it a little bit smaller than that. That's probably quite a large size, but you could make it a little bit smaller, say like this. If you know how to do a wrap knot, you can do a wrap knot here. If not, just tie a couple of knots to secure it, and then I can see here Donna's either put a little bit of glue or a bit of nail varnish on it just to harden it up. But that's how you finish it off. And as I say, there's going to be 3 colours. So there's going to be this lovely black and silver, our lovely teal and silver, which is absolutely gorgeous. I really like this one. And I really do like the black and silver as well. That's my kind of colours. And I'm going to be doing another purple one for Donna as well. So she'll be able to do all the photography for those at the weekend. And you'll be able to see the pictures of those so you can choose the colour that you want to get. Okay, so apparently these kits will be on the internet online, so you can choose what colours. Well, I think they've already made the kits up in the colourways. It's just we haven't got the picture of the purple one yet. So I think most of you know the purples that we do, the colourways that we do. We always do a purple, always do a teal, and then we do black and whites or silver and whites. So yeah, this will be Donna's favourite one, obviously. Okay, so next week, let me turn this camera up again. There we go. Okay. Hi, everybody. So next week, Donna's on Wednesday, and it's she's doing the beaded bauble. So tune in for that. That's going to be absolutely lovely. Don't know what I'm doing next. Be a surprise again. This one was a lovely surprise, this one that Donna gave to me to do, so I was really looking forward to doing it. I'm looking forward to finishing it off for her, so we can get some lovely pictures for them. So I will say goodbye now, and thank you for watching. Thanks for keeping following us. We really appreciate it. And get online, order your kits for this one, and obviously if you're wanting to get a bauble kit ahead of watching Donna do it, you can order the bauble kit and you can make it along, and then you can go back to the video and sort of stop and start it when you need a bit of support on it. So yes, any questions about this wrap bracelet, you can bomb them onto Facebook, and whoever's on there, we will answer your questions or anything like that. Bye, Andrew. Thank you. And thanks for persevering with me, guys, when I had the technical issues at the beginning. I'm really sorry, not professional at all. My husband doesn't understand that when he goes on the internet that it affects my internets. So thank you, Helen. Bye-bye. Okay, everyone, I'm going to say goodbye. See you all, not next Wednesday, Wednesday after. Bye.